So my name is Matthew Bluteau. I am a research software engineer at the UK Atomic Energy Authority. I attended the collaborations workshop in 2020, so it was the first one that was remote due to the pandemic, and just really fell in love with the format. I think it was the first sort of unconference one that I had been to. And it really made me want more of that format. So I obviously wanted to come back this year and join again. So I sort of brought a lightning talk and a sort of accompanying idea with that for something called a Coding Dojo within software communities, and got a really nice response to that from a number of people at the event. And then it actually turned into a discussion session in the afternoon of that day. So it was really nice to get to expand on that idea that I wasn't really sure if that was going to be a large part of the program, and to have that sort of input and feedback, and to reach outside of my institution, because sometimes it can be a bit of an echo chamber. You can to get sort of those outside perspectives was really valuable, and I think it's given this idea of mine a definite kickstart, and a very sound sort of foundation to move forward with. So yeah, that's been definitely a highlight for me. I think when I first entered into becoming a research software engineer, I probably would have placed the onus on the researchers themselves. But as I've increasingly kind of got stuck into this work, I think I've increasingly come to realize that's sort of an unreasonable thing to expect, and it really comes down to the need for the position that is a research software engineer. So someone who is dedicated to actually being concerned with the sustainability of the software that's being written, obviously working in conjunction with researchers, and it's not an excuse for researchers to completely ignore these things, but I think having that role that is sort of focused on that and takes really the burden of it off of researchers is probably the biggest thing that will I think make gains towards that, and that is slowly happening. And I mean, it's the reason I have my position, and I think as it continues to grow as a recognized role, that will really help sustainability of research software. Probably, and this has come up actually in the current session, but there's been this mention of a focus on publications and using that as the metric for so many things, for measuring performance and promotions and all these different things. So I think I'd really like to see that change within research. There are a number of things, like I think the DORA initiative is one that is kind of looking to change that, to change how things are measured in research, and certainly in relation to research software, that would have a huge impact, because this is something we directly struggle with, is getting recognition for contributions to software that is used in research. So moving away from that sort of publication focus will not only help research software, but I think just research in general will benefit from that.